So at the end of the year, it's going to be a very good idea to make a copy of your classroom. I'm going to run through how you copy your class and what that means. And then also, if you would like to archive your classroom, what that means in comparison. So first up, copying your classroom. Copying your classroom basically means to make a exact replica of the class as it is set up with topics and assignments. Every assignment, every attachment, every bit of your instructions that you've added throughout the year is going to be copied as is. The only thing that will not continue into the new version of the classroom will be your people. Your people will not be taken across, so you'll need to add another teacher or another set of students as well as you onboard for a new year. So let's see what happens when and where we make a copy of a classroom. Okay, so what you need to do is you actually need to navigate back to your classroom dashboard, find the classroom that you want to make a copy of. Then through the snowman, you select the option to simply to make a copy. Right, now it gives you these options, create a new class, and then obviously from here you would change and rename. So this would be Oak Hill Online now 2021, for example, and then think about how you want to set up the rest of these topics. Now when I hit copy, it automatically creates a copy of this classroom, which ends up at the top of your pile. So now when I open this classroom, we take a look what has changed. Obviously my stream is now clear. There's nothing going on in here. There are no people in my classroom yet until I onboard new people. And my classwork section, you'll notice all the topics are there, but each assignment is grayed out. So this means now that none of these topics or assignments are viewable to your students yet. But if I do go and click within one of these assignments that I've set up, I can see that all of my attachments and resources that I would have added in there will still be there. All I would need to do before turning out this assignment again, probably best practice would be go and check those resources, recheck my wording, set a new due date, and perhaps even tweak some of the resources from year to year. But really great that everything's in one place and it's sort of plug and play from this point onwards. So from here now, it's probably a good idea to go and take a look at what it means to archive a classroom. So using the same example now, I'm going to go to my classroom dashboard and I'm going to locate my original Oak Hill Online classroom card. And from here, I can see that there's another option to archive the classroom. So you might want to, or you would best practice definitely want to archive your original classes. Once you archive a classroom, let's have a look here. It will be archived for all participants, which is great because that declutters the students' dashboard. So their grade 7 or their grade 8 classes from 2020 will be removed from their dashboards as you've archived the classrooms. If we don't archive our classrooms, our students' classroom dashboards are going to become cluttered. Okay, archived classes can't be modified by teachers or students unless they are restored. So you can't make any changes to those classes unless they've been restored by the teacher. This class will move to your archived classes. Class files will remain in Google Drive. So nothing is lost. You'll see here that going through the hamburger, if for any reason you do need to go and find your archived classes, they're right at the bottom of this pile over here, archived classes. And if you haven't chosen to copy a complete class this year, for some reason you want to start from scratch and you don't like the idea of copying a whole classroom across, just remember that through the classwork section, when you create resources, there is that option to reuse a post from an archived class. So here I might want to say, hey, I archived that online class from 2020. 2020 is a bad year and I want to be over with. So I've archived that class. I can always go to that archived classroom when I want to reuse a post and look at some of the posts. I might decide I want to reuse that Great Barrier Reef comprehension and I can reuse it from the archived classroom. So I hope that makes sense. It's a good idea now to declutter at the end of the year.